welcome back to my channel. How are you? I don't know why I always say that because you can't answer me, but you could in the comments below. I'm very excited today because I'm doing a fall makeup look and it's going to be so pretty. I'm so excited to kind of switch up the color story that I've been going with lately. Put the pinks and the purples, hopefully, to the side. Today I'm hoping to do a full eye look with one palette and one palette only. I love it when I can pull this off. Believe it or not, it's very hard to do. Definitely think I can make this work for fall because of all these gorgeous shimmer shadows that are right here in the center. And the matte shades, there's so many different types of browns that have like an orangey background to it that I think I'll be able to make this work really great through fall. And today when I use this palette, I wanted to go over this new technique that's kind of taking over, at least it's taking over my heart because I love this technique. It is so beautiful and it's so perfect and it's so gentle and I love it. And if you are on Instagram, you definitely know who he is. If you're a fan of Jeffree Star, you definitely know who he is. I'm talking about the one and only Mmmmitchell. Yes, you guys, I'm so excited to try out the new Mmmmitchell techniques. He posts on Instagram these amazing stories every day just about of work that he does on these models on their eyes. It's just, it's like porn for makeup. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Keep doing it. But I definitely love the kind of new way that he is showing us that you can do makeup. It's a much more gentle, it's way less of the fluffy brushes that you've been seeing and the big circle blending and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited to try this out. I've practiced it once before. No, I've practiced it a couple of times. But I'm definitely excited to try this out with this look. I have not perfected the technique, but I have been practicing. So let's go ahead and get into this Mmmmitchell technique and get a beautiful fall eye out of this summer palette. For this look today, I want to start with my eyes. Obviously, we've already done the eyebrows and they're looking like they got a mind of their own today, but that's fine. We're just gonna go with it. I don't know if they look a little angry or excited, intrigued. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure what my eyebrows are saying today, but they're on. I'm gonna go ahead and set my eyes. Mmmmitchell tip that I have for this new type of technique is that after you've put on the base for your eyeshadow, like concealer or an actual eye primer, whatever it is that you prefer to use, when you go to set the look, we're going to be gentle, but we're just going to set the upper area, basically from the crease up. That's where we're gonna put some powders. Now, if you have like a creasy eyelid, and I do a little bit like right here, go ahead and like just dab a little bit on there so that you don't get like creases in those spots. But so we're just setting from the brow bone down to the crease area and pretty much leaving the lid alone. I'll dab a couple little areas that get a little creasy on me. I'm actually going to be starting with this yellow shade. That's going to be my transition shade. And I'm going to pack up my brush and get to stepping. Now what you want to do is wherever it is that normally when you go in with the transition shade, you see a lot of people, you know, they'll grab a brush like this, and they'll take that brush and they'll just whoosh, 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 you know, all up in that area to get that transition shade on. Well, Mmmmitchell's got other plans. What you want to do is you want to take a smaller, fluffier brush, one that you can kind of pack your shade on. And literally pack the shade on. And what I noticed about Mitchell's technique is that he's very, very gentle. Like if you watched him do Jeffree Star's makeup, you'll hear Jeffree Star constantly say, like, it barely feels like you're even touching me. So to me, that means that he is using a very gentle hand to get this process to look the way that he does. Because when you see an eye look, you can right away tell if Mitchell did that look or not. I'm very interested to see if my skills have brought me to a level where I can not only try a new technique that one of the best makeup artists are doing out there right now, but also to use a summer palette for a fall look. So I think I've got it packed on there about as good as I can for a yellow. So I'm going to use this same brush and start pushing the product. It kind of feels like a slow buff is what it feels like. So you're kind of pushing the product into the skin, but giving it a tiny little bit of motion at the same time. Now, disclaimer, I guarantee you that the Mmmmitchell technique, it takes more time than what you're used to spending. You know, this is why I love doing these videos, because it allows me to do some crazier things with my makeup, not for the sake of views, but because I've committed my day today to, you know, filming a video. And so I can take as long as I want, I can do as many cuts as I need to, as many edits as I need to, you know, depending on what the kids are bugging me for. And, you know, I can make a really pretty eye happen no matter what. Well, I guess I shouldn't say no matter what. Depends on the products, right? But, you know, something about me is that I just started getting into makeup again. I mean, I always loved it, but I never really kind of understood like how artistically satisfying it can be. That's really what I've enjoyed. That's what I was enjoying before I started doing the videos. And I started out on Facebook, okay? I started out on Facebook doing live videos on Facebook. And then Facebook decided that they were gonna like change up their rules a whole lot. And they started Facebook kind of censors like who you see, when you see it, how often you see it. It all depends on your activity, okay? So like if I'm not on Facebook messaging people and liking their posts and things like that, they are never going to see me in their newsfeed. That became a problem for me. Okay, because I like to post a lot, but I don't have a ton of time to actually sit there and scroll through 400 or 500 of my Facebook friends' accounts to see what's going on with them. Because that's what Facebook has done, is they've made it to the point to where you have to go directly searching for people to be able to find out what's going on with them, because chances are, if you haven't heard from them or you haven't been communicating with them like every day, you're not gonna see them in your news feed. So that's so annoying. So I was doing live videos on Facebook and had like 2, maybe 3 viewers. No comments, no like anything, like really just no interaction. All right, next I'm gonna go in with this. It looks probably very tan to you guys on the screen, but it's like a terracotta tan. It's got like a bit of a reddish, orangish, tannish color to it. So I'm going to start warming this up with that color. But I gave Facebook Live many opportunities to like be different. I would even try to like get more involved with other people's accounts and things like that. But it just seemed to really never make a difference. So eventually I just kind of gave up. But there was no way I was gonna stop like creating looks and wanting to share them. And you know, I really, Facebook or YouTube really got me connected to everything that has changed since 2000. So in discovering techniques and products that are out there and people and all that stuff that have been new to me on YouTube, it then gave me the idea that, you know what, I'm gonna start making my own videos. And it literally has nothing to do with the views. Do you know what I mean? Because I kind of gave up on that pipe dream when I was going on Facebook Live every other day trying to get viewers and trying to get some interaction and that kind of stuff. Well, I just kind of gave up on all that because it wasn't working. No matter what strategy or algorithm I was trying, it wasn't working. So in that whole process, what I realized was that for me, it wasn't really about the views. It was about, for the first time in my life, in a long time, I was doing something that was really, it was just for me, it was just about me. I mean, it's makeup on my face. So for like the first 6 months, I had like that mommy guilt where I don't know if I should really be jumping into this whole artistic makeup community. But at the same time, I knew how satisfying I found it to create these makeup looks that I'm learning and share them with people who want to see it, okay? And that was just something that I was not finding with the interaction with Facebook, the lack of interaction, I should say. Okay, so again, we are tapping in these colors. And yes, it does take a bit more time, but the look that you get from this kind of tapping, blending type technique is absolutely stunning. Okay, now we're gonna actually take that product and blend it a bit. We're gonna do the same process that we did with the other shade, the yellow shade. We're going to kind of push the product into the skin, and give it a little bit of movement. I'm sure some of you are wondering how I've been feeling about having no eyebrows, because if you don't know, I actually do not have eyebrows. They are gone, gone, gone. And I actually love it. I actually love it. It makes me so happy to not have to care about my eyebrows, other than pretty much when I'm filming or I need to like take my kids anywhere. But even then, I haven't really been putting any eyebrows on. It's just nice to not have to worry about accidentally like, oops, I wiped it off, or, you know, oops, they look ridiculous today, like they kind of do today. All right, I'm gonna tap lightly into this yellow shade again. Tappity tap taps. Woo! Tap. And with the lightest hand you've ever used in your entire life, we're going to use the yellow to blend that top out. I'm literally like barely dusting the eye. Like I'm trying to like barely touch it. Okay, can we see how gorgeous that is so far? Just like the blendiness of it all. Love. Okay, and then next we're going to go in with an even darker shade from this palette. And it's right next to it, right here. And it's an even deeper orangey terracotta type shade. And we're doing the same tapping technique to place the color where we want it. So we tap, 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 tap. And then once all that color is placed, like once you're done putting it in position, that's when you go ahead and start blending it out. You absolutely have to take your time. You know, time was the one thing that was really making me feel like the most guilty about starting this whole journey into becoming a makeup artiste. And that is because as a mother, your time is kind of not your own, really. I mean, it should be, but it just isn't, okay? Because you're dealing with tiny little humans who don't know any better but to be selfish little a-holes, okay? They don't know how to do anything more than just think about themselves and what they want and how it makes them feel. They don't really have a whole lot of concern for the parental side of it all, which I get. I understand, they're children. But what that means for me is that I have to force myself to create my own time, to create my own space of like mind and energy and all of that is beneficial for me. Because yes, does it make me feel good to give my family yummy cooked meals and yummy lunches and be there for the football games and the birthday parties and just like everything. I'm like, you know, I do my best, but there's still tiny little humans that aren't gonna be like, Mommy, I think you need a break. Why don't you go take an hour to yourself? Or, hey Mom, here's $20. Why don't you go to Ulta and buy yourself a new palette? You know, I mean, that's just not how it works. That's not how it happens. You know, you have to make sure that you're standing up for yourself, no matter how much your husband loves you, no matter how much your kids love you. They can't help themselves. If you're a good cook and you're a good cleaner, they're not going to be able to help themselves but to take advantage of you. Dipping back into the yellow. So in my opinion, as a woman, for me personally, it's my responsibility, and this is something that I've just learned. It's my responsibility to stand up for myself and my needs, and to say, you know, maybe sometimes when enough is enough, or maybe just say I need a break, you know, whatever. Can we just take a minute and see how beautiful this eye is? I say beautiful because it's almost October. Look, it's so pretty. Close up. So pretty. I'm loving it. And we're not even done. We have used 1, 2, 3. Now we're going in with our 4th shade, which is the darkest shade of this palette, and this is Drizzle. I love it. I love the name. I love the color. It's a beautiful matte chocolate brown. Love it. And again, we're going to pack up the brush. And this is going to get focused on that like outer area. I'm going to get a slightly more dense brush so I can really pack this on. Sometimes you can have a hard time packing pigments on once you've already done tons of powder on there. But if you keep at it, and it's a good palette, which this one is, you should eventually get to that place of pigmentation. See, we're getting there. It's a slow ride, but we're getting there. I'm gonna pack it on and then I'm gonna blend it with the other brush. I'm gonna go back in with that packer brush and really try to pack it on this outer edge of my eye. And now we're gonna do a small little half cut crease. A really nice little tiny cut crease going, and we're going to go into a nice shimmery shade. We're actually going to mix 2 golds, one that's like a pure gold and one that's like a coppery gold, because I want a little bit of a combination. Blend it out so it's got that really cute gradient effect. Now I do feel like I just need a darker brown. So, I mean, it's a little better. All right, one last round of color up here. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. All right, you guys. I'm gonna go do the other eye off camera and then I will be right back. All right, you guys, we are all done with this look. I am loving my fall pumpkin eyes. I did want them to be a little bit deeper with like that dark brown, but it just didn't work out that way. The makeup gods were giving me a hard time today. But I really, really love this look. I think it turned out gorgeous, and that is exactly what I love about makeup, is that you can go in with one idea and come out with a completely different idea. But if your techniques are good, then it should turn out all right overall. And today I did use the Mmmmitchell technique, and I absolutely loved it. Did I do it perfectly? No. Am I going to keep practicing and working? Yes. I think it would have turned out very differently if that brown shade had been popping like I needed it to, but it wasn't, and that's fine. We made it work. I love my eyes. They remind me of like a sparkly pumpkin that you would like paint it rather than carve it, you know? Great idea for Halloween. Anyways, I digress. Thank you for watching, you guys. And I will be seeing you next Tuesday. I'll give you a little hint. It is going to be another DIY, but it is one that you are definitely going to want to see if you love doing makeup and you usually have issues with your hair getting in the way. So please do not forget to hit the like button if you like my channel, if you like me, if you like the video, whatever. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the little bell notification. If you don't hit the bell, that's fine. I'm on every Tuesday and Friday. I will see you guys on Tuesday. Love y'all. Bye.